Yeah. Nostalgia.
G'day.
Hi.
We just saw the new movie by Robert Zemeckis and Tom Hanks called...
Here.
Yes, Here. It's like a romantic comedy,
Yeah, part of it was.
and part of it was like Jurassic Park. Did you like the film?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought it was pretty interesting. It was all filmed in one room, which was really cool.
Yeah, like Rope and Rear Window was filmed in one room, but unlike those movies from the 40s and 50s, this was in like the same exact spot through the whole movie. Like the camera was on the wall, so you got to see all the different families. Well, first it starts off in like dinosaur times.
And then they went to colonial times with Ben Franklin. Oh, they also had Native American Indians, so that was before the colonial times. And then they went to like the 1940s and then
That's
the
right.
50s, and then
Yeah, like the house gets built in the spot where the camera was, and then
Yeah.
it's in the living room of this house. And then yeah, it's like the pilot first, like a early aviation guy. Then it was the guy that invented the lazy boy chair.
yeah, and then it went to like the Tom Hanks's family after they moved out, and then
That's right.
most of the clips were Tom Hanks's family.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is back in the Burbs, but it's not the Burbs.
I thought it was kind of interesting because they had a wedding in the room.
That's
the
right.
living room. I didn't realize that they did that back in the day.
You think they'd go to a nice church somewhere?
Yeah, so I don't know if they kind of made that up or is that just something that rarely happened.
Well, I know they were like struggling with money. Like
Yeah.
Tom Hanks was a penny pincher, so maybe they saved money on a church by doing the living room. Plus, you had like people dying in the living room, people making love in the living room, people being born in the living room. So it's like
Oh yeah,
this-
they had a viewing in the funeral.
That's
in
right.
the
So
middle
it's all
of
about life, death, and happiness. Death and taxes. It reminded me of like a play, obviously. Death of a salesman, because his dad was a salesman and then he got let go.
It felt like less of a movie and more of like a Broadway production
Yeah.
where they would like get all the sets ready and then they'd, take a break and then they would get the new set, like they'd move the...
Yeah, like the period
around.
pieces changed, so you had different
Yeah.
furniture.
So I liked it better because it was like so different, like less of a, like a action movie and, the whole
Yeah.
typical
So either
cinema
like a
movie.
play or like a YouTube ambient channel where you just put it on for 2 hours and look at a period piece. I like when the Beatles are on the TV.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And that was with Tom Hanks's little family. They were part of that because it wasn't his timeline from the 50s to like was it modern? Not modern day.
Yeah, he was like the last one in the living room. They came back after the house was sold.
Yeah.
His wife, spoilers, has dementia, and he was trying to jog her memory. I think they stole that plot from a Golden Girls episode.
Buenos días.
Oh, God.
One part I didn't really like was how she was, after the dad gave her, spoilers, after the dad gave them the house, because she was living with Tom Hanks's family because he knocked her up, and they weren't married, and then they get married in the house.
Scandal.
But she kept saying, I want to buy a house. And then he said, well, we don't have enough money for a house. And then she gets a job. And then he keeps working his life, not his dream job. But then, after a while, like, they keep arguing about it. And then he draws up a blueprint of his dream house. But then eventually, they're never able to get it. And so, like, she just, like, divorces him because she's not ever happy that she won't ever have like a dream house. And then she's like, she goes kind of like Alzheimer's ish part of the movie. She's like, I can't remember why I went to the store and all that. So I'm just rambling now, but
No, I think you're right. Maybe
So- I thought
her
yeah.
mental illness caused the divorce because she wasn't quite there. But then she remembers the house when they go back at the end.
This was our home.
And then she's like, "Oh, I love this house." And that was like the last line before the credits rolled.
Yeah. So were they your favorite family, or did you like any of the other families?
One of the families that I didn't much like was the Modern Family, because the
Not
Modern
like the TV show.
the one from like the 2000s, I don't know exactly.
It was like shoehorned in there a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm not like dissing that family, but I do think they could have wrote like a different like storyline, because their storyline was just like kind of like a commercial. It was like a little bit boring. Like, oh look, it's their birthday. Oh look, they're moving in. Oh look, don't talk to cops because they might shoot you, and then someone got shot. And
that's a good lesson.
And that was a good lesson, but they could have like had something more like interesting. I wrote down like maybe they could have done like a COVID storyline.
They did. The maid got COVID. She was like spraying, and she's like, I can't smell anything.
That's true. I was thinking maybe like the whole family would be down, and then they could show like some funny bits of them watching the media and freaking out about, oh, if they go outside they're gonna like die or something.
Yeah, have like the urgency.
Yeah, and then
So they were not your favorite family.
No.
I thought they could have done more with the dinosaurs. Had like a dinosaur family living there, like Mama Dinosaur, Papa Dinosaur.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. Build a cave.
I wanted more screen time with like the Benjamin Franklin colonial times and like the Native American times, because I just like
they could have made it all like
bits more.
Pocahontas.
Yeah, because they kind of just show them like laying together, and she got pregnant, the Native American woman, and then she dies. They don't even show them like doing much. She gets pregnant, and then like later on they show him giving her a necklace, and then the last scene was like her.
Right. It could have been like a short film, and it would have been really dramatic, but they had to like drag it out. Did you like the camera on the wall the whole time? Did you forget it was there, or did you were you aware that it was in the one static shot to the whole time?
I don't think, I kind of just like didn't think about it.
That's good.
But there were like weird scenes how they got like really close to the screen, and then that was like a little bit weird, awkward when they were like about to have like sex or something.
Do you remember the scene where they moved like this chest of drawers, like a dresser with a mirror on it, and then you could see like the dining room, and then they had like a shot of like Tom Hanks. It was like a 1920s shot of the mirror, and then you were able to see Tom Hanks and his wife sitting at the table, even though there was no mirror in their time period. But it was like a cool trick.
That was the Thanksgiving scene?
I think so.
I'd have to go back and watch.
And there was constantly like squares and rectangles.
That part I didn't like so much, because it was just like, I felt like they could have like done something a little
just
less.
faded in.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I didn't like how it was just like boring, like white edged blocks. It was just like, can't they like do a little something more creative than that? And it was a little distracting, and it kind of made it look like it felt cheap. They could have done something a little bit, I don't know.
I think it was originally a comic book, so they tried to make it look comic booky, which is great because everyone loves Marvel movies.
Yeah, I don't know how many modern people would like that movie. I feel like it's for like an older crowd.
That's true. A boomer special. They can remember the 60s.
Yeah, like
and COVID times.
If you like timelines of like, like history and things. Obviously, it's not like accurate. Like this didn't happen, but if you kind of like that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think the storyline was weak, but it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
The characters are good, obviously, but it becomes more like a soap opera.
Yeah, and I mean, in reality, I think that couple would have moved out and found an apartment, but instead they were forced to stay in the story. So Tom Hanks is the main character, so they kind of forced them to stay in the house so they could like keep
that's
with
like a
the
modern
theme.
day thing where the kids stay at home.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like
in the
that
60s.
generation sticking around the house. I guess because she got pregnant.
Yeah,
but she seemed like smart and intelligent. She could have got a job way earlier. Well, I give it 2 thumbs up. How about you?
I'll give it a thumb and a half. I don't know.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. Thank you.